If you want to get started working out in 2026, but you feel overwhelmed or nervous and you don't really know where to start, then you're in the right spot, because I'm gonna break down the easiest way for you to move all of those obstacles out of your way. And as a result, you're gonna feel happier and more confident in your everyday life. If you're new here, my name is Will, and I'm the owner of X4 Highland Park, a HIIT studio in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where I've helped countless people over the years get up off the couch and get started in their fitness journey. I want to start by saying that everything that you're feeling right now is completely real. It's completely normal to feel afraid of what other people are going to think of you, or that you're going to look dumb doing something, or maybe you feel insecure in your own body. And the truth is, we all know exactly how you feel. We have all been there before. And to be honest with you, I've been working out for years, and I still have days where I show up to the gym feeling those exact same things. But the good news is, I've been able to overcome this, and I've been able to help so many other people overcome this by applying just a few simple principles that have helped them be able to build a consistent routine and start to get the results that they're looking for. Now, the first thing that you need to do in order to start working out in 2026 is to remove any friction. And what that means is you need to look at any of the obstacles that are standing between you and taking action, and you need to do whatever you need to eliminate those. And these don't have to be crazy things. I want to give you two real-life examples that we'll stick with for the rest of the video so that you can have a better understanding of what I mean and what this could look like in your life. The first example we'll use is running. If you want to get started running, there's a simple action item that you can do that will remove friction to make showing up to your first run even easier. All you need to do is leave your running shoes beside your door. Now, I know that that sounds really simple and really easy, and that's because it is. But what it does is it's going to remove the decision to go get your shoes, to ask yourself, should I go for this run right now? Because your shoes are already there, ready to go. So all you have to do is put them on and go for a run. Now, the other example is physically going to a gym. Something simple you could do to remove any friction would be to keep your gym bag in your car. And this would make it so that you don't have to make that decision to drive home after work, grab the clothes that you need, drive all the way back to the gym, and instead you'll be able to go straight from work to the gym before heading home. You eliminated the decision and even the location where you might find a little bit more comfort. It gives you a lot more time to reconsider. So by removing that friction, you've now made it easier for you to just show up to the gym. And you can take this and apply it to any area of working out, because the less decisions you have to make, the easier it's going to be for you to show up consistently. Now that you've set yourself up to move into your first workout, the next step is to not make the workout too complicated. What that means is you need to choose something that you enjoy and something that you're going to be able to start doing without having too many barriers to entry. Let's bring it back to the running example. So you're ready for your first run, you have your running shoes on. What do you do next? The best place to start for you is to run for 1 minute and to walk for 1 minute. It doesn't need to be complicated. You repeat that for 10 minutes. If you feel good, you can start adding a little bit more time of running, a little bit less time of walking. If you're not feeling so great, you can run for 30 seconds and you can walk for 90 seconds. What matters is that you're choosing something that meets you where you are, so that we can continue to develop a routine, build consistency, and over time, you'll learn more about running, you'll learn more about what your next run should look like, how to make it further, how to go faster, all of the things that will help you continue progressing in your running journey. But for now, the most important thing is to get started on day one. Now let's go back to the gym example. And that one can feel a little bit more overwhelming or a little bit more challenging because there's so many different movements that you can do at the gym. So we want to choose a place to start that feels attainable. I would recommend starting with 3 to 5 movements that you're familiar with. From there, do 5 to 10 reps of each, repeat that for 3 sets, rest 90 seconds or 2 minutes between your sets, and then you can call it a day. Similar to the running example, your goal is to build consistency. We're just trying to get comfortable for now, and over time we'll start to add more movements into our routine, or we'll start adjusting rep schemes or weights, the different areas that will help you continue progressing. So start simple. If you have something that's too complicated, it's going to be hard for you to show up. And at the end of the day, right now, it's all about building consistency. After doing all of this, you've officially completed your first workout. So congratulations, you're already further ahead than where you were before. But what comes next for you? The next step is to commit to a time. The easiest way to do this is to set it up on your calendar like it's an appointment. If you had a dentist appointment on your calendar, there would be very few things that would actually stop you from showing up to that appointment. And you want to treat working out the same way. Now, that doesn't always have to be a specific time. It's easier if it is, but what's important is that you're choosing a duration and that you're going for that amount of time. Bringing it back to the running example, we already said that you're gonna run for 10 minutes on day one. If you're able to run for 10 minutes at 4 o'clock every day, then it's even easier for you to show up because you know that nothing's gonna stop you from showing up at 4 o'clock to do your run. When it comes to going to the gym, it might be saying, hey, I'm gonna show up today for 30 minutes. I'm gonna do my 3 to 5 movements. Once you finish those, you might have some extra time to spare where you can hop on a treadmill or a bike, or maybe you stretch. But you're gonna be there for 30 minutes, and then once you're done, you're gonna go home and we'll repeat that again the next day. But I can already see you asking me, how many times a day do I actually need to show up in a week to see results? And it's a great question. I get asked that all the time. And from my experience, what I've noticed is the people who show up usually about 3 times a week is where we start to see consistency be built. That's where we start to see routines be formed and people finally start to make progress. Early on in your journey, you might see some more results because you're new, your body is gonna quickly adapt to this, but your true goal at the beginning is just to build consistency and to establish a new habit. Once you start to feel confident and comfortable in your 3 days a week, and you trust that you can add another day, that's when you should start considering it, but that's a conversation for another day. All right, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about some of these crazy New Year's statistics. Did you know that more than 80% of people have a New Year's resolution that they start and they fail? And almost all of those are failed within the first 2 weeks. They literally have a day called Quitter's Day in January that means you didn't sustain your New Year's resolution. But for you, this isn't just about a New Year's resolution. This is about sustaining something that you've started and committing to it. You want to see this change. You've wanted to do this for a long time. So we're asking ourselves, how do we sustain this more than 2 or 3 weeks? And the answer to that is that you need to create a system that works for you, which if you apply the things that we talked about today, you'll be able to create a system that's repeatable. And that's important because in order to get results, you actually have to show up and do the work. So if you're watching this and you're somebody who all of 2025 talked about how you were finally gonna start working out, but you never actually did, I want you to know that I understand it's not because you wanted to burn calories or you wanted to start working out, but because you wanted to get back to the best version of you. You wanted to be that version of you that was more confident and had more energy, and the person who was waking up every morning proud of who you are and not frustrated every single day. And the truth is, you don't need a perfect plan. You just need a plan that'll help you get started. And the easiest way to do that is to start with these simple actions. So if 2026 is the year that you want to feel stronger and you want to feel happier and you want to feel more in control, then make the first step easy. That's how confidence grows, and that's how momentum builds, and that's how everything begins to change.